The SG Child Show is back for its 13th season. Join Sarah Bradford and the SG Child Show team as they explore the world of autism and share stories of hope and inspiration. This season, we're excited to bring you more autism summits featuring experts and advocates from around the world. Go to sjchilds.org to donate and to get more information. Congratulations on 2024's 20,000 downloads and 300 episodes. Good morning, afternoon, whenever you're tuning in. Yeah, well, there's the intro I was telling you about. And then instead of going back, I just hit record and stuff. Here we are. Oh, my heavens. Is that the way that today's going to go? It's just going to be like fumbling into one thing after the next.
We'll roll with it.
I know, right? We will. So nice to have you here today. Is it pronounced Mila? Yeah, I don't.
It is.
Okay, good. Mila, it's so nice to meet you and have you here. Our neighbor from the north. You are in Canada. I'm down here in Salt Lake City, Utah. So why not? I mean, what side of Canada are you on, actually, I should ask?
I'm on very east, Maritime. So we're kind of in between three major cities. We're in between St. John, Moncton, and Fredericton, New Brunswick.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And it looks like you're having a pretty nice day. The sun is out. Like, luckily, the clouds are kind of out today. So
we've had a really nice
Oh, man. Oh, it's so nice to have you here today.
We've had a great summer so far.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. Yeah, it's actually been a little extra hot here it's supposed to be 99 today, which I'm not sure how to calculate that into Celsius. Maybe like, what is it? 40? Something like
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Here, 99. It is 30. Oh my goodness, 37.2 Celsius. So that's like,
there you go.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, exactly. It's I only know because my son loves the thermometer in Celsius. You know, sometimes we get these kids that like things differently than they teach us things the whole way through our lives. Oh, exciting. It's so nice to have you here today. Before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself and tell us what brought you here today.
Well, I grew up on the East Coast. I just turned 40. A couple months ago.
You don't look it.
Yes, thank you. It's that sea air. It's the coastal air. I live in Sussex, New Brunswick, Canada with my son, husband, and 2 French bulldogs. We have an 11-week-old puppy who is currently on the side table next to the couch. So I'm just going to see what she does. But yeah, it's been a busy few years. Our son's 11. He's into the baseball this summer. So that's been busy. A couple pups, and yeah, it's been good.
That's wonderful. Well, I turned 49 just a couple weeks ago. So same thing. It's like a new era of everything, right? And it's so exciting and puppies are so much fun. I've had a puppy era, and it's a good thing. It's such a great experience. And how are you raising your family and the animals? And tell us about, kind of your business and things that you're working on. And yeah, we'll dive deeper.
Okay. Well, I wasn't one to really follow a traditional career path, honestly. So I've been on the workforce for just about 20 years. And I worked in marketing when I first graduated from university, graphic design, that sort of deal for 5 or 6 years. Then I ended up buying, kind of out of the blue, a nutrition business. So I was a nutritionist and naturopath for 8 years. So the marketing and the graphic design and the journalism, which is what I took in school, that became very helpful for that career stint, I guess. I did personal training within that. And since then, I've become a volunteer firefighter. I've recently published my first novel. in April, and I co-own a functional fitness gym.
Oh my heavens, you are the Jane of all things. That's what I tell people, that all of the careers that I think I've lived like 100 lives or something. It sounds like you've done the same.
Multi-passionate.
Serial entrepreneur. That's what I called it. I love it. Oh my
It's
heavens.
fun. It's a lot sometimes, but it is fun.
No, that's really wonderful. And it sounds like you really thrive on just really moving forward and being passionate about those types of things. I love that so much. Tell me about your book, your novel.
So it's called Finding Lady Baltimore, and it just came out in April. So I had been working on that for the past 3 years. And it wasn't something that I was like, oh, in the summer of 2022, I'm going to start writing a book. It was just something that really came about organically as I was going to bed one night. And I grew up with a sister that has cerebral palsy. So that was, I think, the main inspiration behind the book. A lot of the feelings that had come about from growing up alongside of Sarah, just things that I had seen, things that I had felt, maybe things I hadn't shared growing up. So yeah, it just came about one night, and it was basically a sentence that came to me, and it said along the lines of, what if something happened to me that allowed me to see her perspective? Because I've always wondered what goes on in her head, what she deals with, but because she can't always explain herself. She has a hard time processing, and she has a hard time explaining what's going on. So cognitively, I always wonder, what's going on in her head? Like, how is she dealing with this? What does she think about this situation? Does she feel things the way I feel them? So yeah, I originally started writing a memoir, and I was like, no, it feels too personal. It's not fun. And I'm not discrediting anyone that's written a memoir. It was not for me. So I chose to write fiction and base it on my life, which a lot of the things that happened in the book are true, but it allowed me to process some things with a little layer, like a layer of, okay, if this is too raw or if this feels too personal, I can use my imagination and still use that event or that situation or scenario, but I can be more creative with it. And it became very crucial when it came to Sarah's character, because she is not able to, I could ask her, hey, what does it feel like walking with crutches? That's fine. What does it feel like when, you first wake up in the morning? Are you stiff? Yeah, maybe. Like, it's not, you would get those sorts of answers. So yeah, I really wanted to do my best and give her that voice that maybe she doesn't always have. And I did it through a fictionalized character as much as I could. But I think I did a really good job at sharing what she thinks and goes through.
And what was her response in the book?
Someone that she lives in a group home with a few other people that have similar needs. They've been reading it to her. So it was sort of funny, because before the book came out, people from back home in Nova Scotia would say, hey, like, we heard Mila wrote a book. What's it about? And she would go, me.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
yeah,
well, and
so that was cute. I'm just going to let the dogs out so they don't.
Yeah, 100%. Our lives happen whether we're podcasting or not. And I think that's something that maybe the pandemic allowed everyone to embrace and see a little bit more, that it doesn't have to be this perfect, edited everything. It's like life. This is life. And especially with families like ours that we support on a 24/7 basis. And it's so interesting. I really love that you were curious, because I think curiosity is like the breadth of creativity. And I think it really helps to embody the ideas that you're having when you use that curiosity. And I think it's lovely to hear from a sibling, because I'm an only child, but I have two, and one will quite possibly be the caregiver for the other. And I just think of the how lovely it is to always siblings are always the same. And I mean, I hate to generalize, but it's just this special relationship that I don't think anyone else could understand. So me personally, and just being able to watch it makes me so grateful to be able to see that that is the kind of experience that both of them are having. And so what growing up, what was
Mm.
that? Is she your younger or older sister?
We are 18 months apart, and I'm the oldest.
So there was this air of caregiving you already had, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and it's funny because we have some home videos. I haven't watched them now in years, but I remember her being in the tub, and she would have been maybe 2 years old. So I would have been close to 4. And she was on her knees in the tub, and she was, biting the face cloth and playing with her toys, and me being like, Sarah, like put your hands back in the water, like always that air of responsibility that I don't think I ever got rid of. And it was something that when I became a mother myself, I had to, I don't want to say unlearn. I just had to refocus a bit and say to myself, I have a neurotypical child. He is able to tell me these things. And I mean, obviously when he was very young, it was different, but as he grew older, he's almost 11. He'll be 11 in a few days. I had to kind of say, like, he needs to learn to come to me. I can't always be managing him. I can't always be monitoring what he might need, because it's exhausting. I don't have to do that with him.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? And I see that, she is 2 years older. Excuse me, she's 2 years younger, and so it's the opposite. In fact, give me 1 second, Mila. So sorry. The SG Child Show is back for its 13th season. Join Sarah Bradford and the SJ Child Show team as they explore the world of autism and share stories of hope and inspiration. This season, we're excited to bring you more autism summits featuring experts and advocates from around the world. Go to sjchilds.org to donate and to get more information. Congratulations on 2024's 20,000 downloads and 300 episodes. Well, that's hilarious. I guess we'll have a little bit of editing to do after all. I didn't know that was going to happen. Now I know that's going to happen. Oh my gosh. What a learning curve we're on today, my dear. Oh, heavens. This is just funny. Okay. Well, anyways, I was saying, the 2 year difference, it's so beautiful. And to see this, my son was non-speaking, and his little sister was a hyperlexic and was speaking full sentences as soon as she could walk. And she would do his speaking for him. Okay, come on, DJ. Now, what do you need? And let me get this for you. And so it was quite the opposite in that. And they're both autistic, just very, very different, obviously. And just so sweet, though, to see the care and the caregiver in her already as just a little person. So I just love that.
Do you think that if they would have been born in different orders, that it would have been the same?
I think because of who she is just as a person, and maybe if she would have been a different sign, but that Capricorn in her, she's just like sturdy and very passionate and dedicated, loyal. So yeah, just really lucky. She's a wonderful, wonderful part of our family.
Good.
Yeah. So when you were growing up, what type of support did Sarah need? And did you kind of add those pieces into the novel?
Right. So when she was born, my parents weren't really sure what had happened. So she basically stopped breathing shortly after birth. And they figured she stopped breathing long enough that it created an oxygen deficiency in her brain. So they are thinking that's what caused the cerebral palsy. Whether it was in utero and they just didn't know, who knows. But she was rushed to a different hospital 3 hours away. And I think she was about a year old, maybe even a little over a year when they found out what it was. So, yeah, she had a lot of physio appointments, a lot of speech physio. She had a lot of surgeries, not a lot, but she had a few significant surgeries before she was 4 or 5. Things like she had to have her hamstrings cut to make them longer. And just because when you have cerebral palsy, your muscles can become so tight that it really affects your posture as you're growing. So yeah, I really made sure to include all of these things in the book so that people could see what she went through, what my parents went through, what I witnessed growing up. Yeah, and then going to the same school. She was in the same classes as me. We were 2 years different. But she had an educational assistant. So she was basically alongside of me throughout until high school. And then high school, we were in the same school, but she was in a special class for students that had a few extra needs that they might not have been able to keep up in a regular classroom.
That's wonderful. It's neat that you got to kind of go side by side with her in that way. And now that you've married and have children, is her cognitive ability, like her a bit kind of, is she happy for you, or does she have that ability? My son is kind of walks that line of, I'm not quite sure if he can like think of others that way.
Right. Sarah for sure does. And that was something I always struggled with. And I've told this story so many times in the last few months, but I remember on Jeremy and I's wedding day 14 years ago, tomorrow, good grief.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Thank you. Sarah was a bridesmaid. And I remember saying to Mom, I'm so happy for today, but I'm also a little sad. She's never going to get to experience any of this. She's never going to fall in love and get engaged and plan a wedding. And Mom's like, she doesn't think that way. She's just so happy for you. She doesn't compare herself to you. She doesn't think she can do that and I can't do this. Like there's never been any of that. It's just been, I love my sister and I want to see what she's going to do next. And I'll cheer her on at whatever it ends up being.
I love that. That's so beautiful. And do you see a sequel to the book or anything? Did you leave room for that?
I would love to. I've been asked that a lot. I would love to write again. I just don't know what it would be about. It would either be maybe a prequel or a series of some sort. I haven't had a chance, honestly, to give it much thought because since the book launched, I've been so busy with events and speaking engagements and podcasts and book signings. But yeah, it's something I really, really enjoyed. It was a very, very healing experience to be able to share not only my story, but hers and my parents. And I feel like as a family, it's brought us closer together. Because a lot of those resentments and those just things that I had never really spoken because I felt guilty. Those were kind of out in the open and they were actually accepted very well. So yeah, it's changed the whole family dynamic with my sister and my parents.
There's something to be said about shining the light, even in the dark places, because it really is illuminating and can help everyone heal in a situation where that's been covered up or their own feelings have been covered or anything. And that chance to kind of reconcile and be honest with yourself about those things. I mean, that's like a lesson, a priceless life lesson gift that you offered to everyone in that situation. So wonderful on you, Miss Mila. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. What about, you said that you're working at a functional gym or something. Tell us about that, what that looks like and what kind of work you do there.
That's pretty laid back, actually. So it was just a gym that I had been going to. It was CrossFit based, but they closed down last summer, and a few of us members got together and bought some of their equipment, and we're renting a different space. So it's not like we market it, we advertise it, but it was more to keep that community together, so that people that are looking to do that sort of training can have a space to do so. So yeah, it's not like it's busy in that I have to cover a few classes and do some marketing, but it's certainly not a full-time gig by any means. It's just kind of a hobby, a pastime, a little passion project.
Nice. I love that. I got to keep myself busy with those too. I can agree. What is next? What do you see in the future coming up? And where can our viewers and listeners go to find out more about the book and order it and get their hands on it for themselves?
Well, the book's on all Amazon platforms, whether you're in Canada, US, wherever. So yeah, it's available on Amazon, and I'm on social media. I'm on both Facebook and Instagram. Haven't dove into TikTok yet. I'm a little nervous about that. But yeah, I just look up Mila Maxwell author and I'll show up. But with regards to what's next, I'm not a huge planner. I'm kind of just like, oh, this feels right now, so I'm gonna try it. It's yeah, and I noticed I can hear an echo. I hope you won't hear that on your podcast. Can you hear that?
It's okay. I usually the editor makes things better. The
Okay.
AI
I just
editor.
wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, no problem at all. No, thank you so much for being here today and sharing your story and for really, supporting such a part of a family that maybe could get lost and unlooked at, and maybe other people could, leave not feeling so great in their lives. And so hopefully this will help everyone to really embrace what it's like to have a special needs family, what it's like to have a family with a disability with support needs, and really those family members that just, it isn't irregular for them. It's normal. It's their life. And I think that that's something that is a beautiful thing to look at and to recognize that, when people are probably say, oh, you're just so wonderful for doing, and yes, you're wonderful for writing a book about it, but living your life, like that was just something you were doing. And I think that normalizing what that looks like in just everyday life for people is so beautiful. So yeah, thank you so much for the work you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah, and it wasn't always easy, and I think people can forget that they think, oh, Mila grew up with a sibling that has cerebral palsy, so she gets it. And it's like, yeah, I get it, but it doesn't mean that I had to learn some things about it too, right? It wasn't just like everyone that has a disability, they're still an individual. So you could have 5 people with cerebral palsy, but they have very different needs. One might be verbal, one might not be, one might be able to walk without assistance, and the other one might not be able to. So it's the same goes for anyone. Like, you can't generalize, and you can't place anyone in a category, I guess. It's like, yeah, that's their diagnosis, but everyone's their own person, and they have specific needs. And that goes for people that are neurodivergent too. We all have special needs. I like to say that a lot. It's just like, we all have different needs and different things that, make us tick or that we're passionate about. So yeah, it's just embracing individuality. I think it's a big learning curve with this book.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that we are in an era and a time where it is more generalized, more normalized, and less stigmatized than ever before. And I'm so grateful for that. So let's keep on working the good work and putting, the right ideas and presentations out there for everyone, especially those who may not be able to share their representation, but they certainly deserve a seat at the table. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.